Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am back for Dragon Ball Super episode 19. This is the real episode 19. Kind of screwed up last time, but this time I got it. So, I wish I could tell you guys that episode 18, that's where they hinted at that thumbs up on, now insert second movie, insert Resurrection of F / Resurrection of Frieza. But no, they're not doing it. Oh my gosh, they're doing it again. They're going to take the second movie and actually adapt it into series form. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing. So why the heck in the first place did I even watch the two movies if you're going to readapt them? It's kind of like, oh, what the heck? Yeah, so for people who actually watch the second movie, now I would tell you, if you want to have the second movie be the thing that you're watching and not actually having to deal with rehashing and rechanging and remixing, I would say stop at episode 18 and most likely there'll be an annotation that shows you what episode you should start on now, because the good news is that I think maybe if we're lucky, they'll actually have more Champa and Vados. You'll have more episodes with them, so at least it'll be like a break from Frieza. And then, but at least the good news is that with this series, maybe you actually will show what happens with Frieza when he trains. We actually will see what Frieza's training style was, or how he trained to get to go to Frieza form. Maybe that would be the good news. But for right now, I would tell you that if you do want to just watch the movie and then not have to be like, oh, they're doing it, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's a good idea now to skip episode 19. Anyways, they added a bit more to the story. They had a bit more bits of the stuff in the story. This time we get to see, in quotations, hell, or the underworld. We get to see the interesting, intricate of that place, because we saw it in the Blue Saga and we just saw gloom and doom. But it turns out, oh yeah, and also the movie where you get Gogeta for the first time ever. But still, you actually get to see that there's a darker place, and then there's a water level, and then underneath that, that's where Frieza was. And the funniest part of it all has to be the fact that Frieza's getting tortured to frick up. And we already saw that in the movie, but it gets even worse. Just the fact that not only he has to watch these stupid teddy bears and Duckies and Bunnies pals actually dance around and say, let's play, he gets bothered by a freaking little, I don't know, fairy. And the fairy's like, come on, smile for us. Smile! You gotta smile! It is so funny. That, I know, it was so funny. Oh man, that, I have to admit, was so funny. So funny. And, well, I forgot his name, but the person who resurrected Frieza, he was trying to look for the remaining Namekians, and there's no way possible they can find new Namek for some reason. Yeah, that's one weird thing, is that when it comes to new Namek, we never see new Namek, and we never see the Namekians ever again. That's kind of a sad, weird part of this, but okay, whatever. And meanwhile, we actually get to see training of Goku and Vegeta and more of the stuff of what they do. And I thought of this in the movie, and I think of it right now. I think they are screaming. They're really screaming for Gogeta to be revealed again. They're screaming. That's what they're running to. It's the fact that they should work together, basically meaning they're gonna freaking do a fusion very, very soon again. Chances are, I mean, they're screaming for it. They're screaming for it. One thing I do have to note that I didn't talk about in the old movie is the fact that they didn't, I mean, in the series, in the movie, they did mention it. In the series, they didn't mention it. In the movie, they mentioned that Vegeta's brother, the fact that he got a visit from Vegeta's brother, and he's like, yeah, my brother is way too far away to call him. In the series, they made sure they retconned that. And I kind of saw the DVD in the true DVD of Battle of the Gods, but it was too scratched up to even see if they actually did put the special in there. That's one thing I would have said is, if you have this episode right here of freaking Vegeta's brother, and we never seen it in America whatsoever unless you watch it on the internet, I would say you need to find someone who's going to play as Vegeta's brother and his wife, and then just thumbs up. Oh yeah, and you also have the two other guys too. Yeah, I think there was two other guys as well. Or that was a different one. Well, anyways, it's just that you needed to dub it. You really seriously needed to dub that episode. You really seriously needed to dub it. The one with Bardock turning Super Saiyan, that one, I don't care. That one doesn't really have any story involvement. Just the fact of maybe Bardock is the legendary Super Saiyan that we heard from Legends, but that doesn't really matter. What really matters is the fact that you have Vegeta's brother, and we would have loved to have heard about Vegeta's brother a long time ago, and, well, you just retcon him. Thanks, I mean, now for Americans, we will never know that Vegeta actually had a brother. We will never know. Well, anyways, you have Pan and Piccolo. They actually had a fun time together. That was kind of cute. Piccolo actually played along with Pan. That was interesting. It's like he's getting softer. He's showing a softer, gentler side to him, unlike all the years ago. But yeah, he's no cupcake. I bet he can still beat anyone down. But he actually shows his lighter side with Pan. I wonder who will train Pan. That is the good question, is who will train Pan? Hercule, Goku, Gohan, Piccolo? Yeah, Piccolo, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Gohan knows how Piccolo trains. If Piccolo actually trains Pan, I'm like, yeah, right. Gohan would not put him into this. But on the other hand, from what we saw in the last episode of Dragon Ball Z, she is tough enough, so I guess she might have been trained by, I don't know. We'll find out someday. But anyways, we get some awesome detail. That's one good thing about watching this episode, is the detailing of seeing Pilaf and company collecting the Dragon Balls, and how they suffered and how many things they did to get all the Dragon Balls. Also, I'm sorry to be a freaking person who is popping a bubble, but didn't they say Dragon Balls every 7 years? Yeah, it was just 6 months plus, maybe even 7 months. So I don't know how Dragon Balls work, sadly. I thought I did, but they are making a new way of how they work. I do have to say, when it comes to GT, that was the worst thing I ever heard, even though I didn't even see the whole entire GT saga. I do have to say the horrible part of where Dragon Balls got corrupted because they used them so many times on wishes, and I'm like, what the heck? Well, anyways, just like in the movie, we get Frieza, who is in serious pieces thanks to Trunks, and they even flash back to show Trunks doing it, unlike the movie. That was weird. It's like, of course, that makes sense because the series can do that. The movie, they have a limited amount of time to do it, so. But it was kind of cool to actually see that flashback. That was kind of cool. And they didn't even redraw it. All they did was just took the original Dragon Ball Z clip and showed it, which that is a big thumbs up to me. Thumbs up to them. So the weird part, even more about the Dragon Balls, is the fact of, so Shenron already granted a wish of Frieza being alive again. He said 2 more wishes, and I'm like, wait a minute, there was 2 wishes already. When did you get 3 wishes? So now I think for Shenron, he might actually grant 3 wishes, which I'm like, well, wait a minute, hold on. Yeah, so that's a big shrug to me on what's going on there. Also, again, like one person already mentioned, is that Cooler was never mentioned. You have mention of King Cold, but no mention of Cooler, which is still kind of sad. It's like, yeah, please have continuity with your movies. Please. But yeah, there was no mentioning of Cooler. That's sad. Well, one crazy thing is that Shenron, for the first time ever that we ever seen, is Shenron actually gave a wish for free. Even though he couldn't say it's a 3rd wish, but on the other hand, it sounded like to me that he granted 2 wishes and then he gave 1 wish for free. So, oh, wait a minute, wasn't that the whole, I think I remember now, I think it takes 2 wishes to bring someone back to life, or was it the fact of to revive so many people took 2 wishes. I'm not sure. Yeah, I kind of a little bit confused on that part. But anyways, still, Shinron did give a wish for free to a young little girl for ice cream, and he gave her ice cream. Now, one thing I'm truly happy to see in the series, period, is Captain Ginyu frog formation, or frog form, or Ginyu frog. He is back for the first time ever. We get to see him again after all those years. I'm like, it's about time. And I'm shocked that, why didn't Ginyu Frog just screw over Cell? I'm like, seriously. Ginyu Frog could have easily just went ribbit, go behind Cell, and then body chain! Oh wait, I forgot. He needs the translator thing that Bulma created. Frick. But if he did have that, that would have been awesome as hell. Body chain! What? And then Cell stuck in the frog, and then because Ginyu is in Cell form, that means that Ginyu is lost a lot of levels in his power, meaning that Cell could easily get defeated because of Ginyu. That would have been cool. But I wonder what they're going to do with Ginyu. I would really hope that Ginyu at least do something, because it would be funny. Of course, let me end this. This is going too long. Let me end it with this. That Vegeta wasn't able to detect Frieza coming back to life. That was the weirdest thing of it all. It's like, you would figure technically Vegeta was late to the party of sensing stuff. But after knowing how to sense God form, or God essence, you would figure he could easily figure out saying, what was that? It's like, yeah, Goku, I felt that too. It's like, well, why? So he didn't detect that, which that was weird. But anyways, there you go. So for those, again, like I said, if you want to watch the movie and not have to deal with any of the whole, oh, they're rehashing it, don't watch episode 19. Yeah, and I'll tell you, there will be an annotation that shows you when you should continue on with the episode. But personally, I would say for Ginyu Frog and for a few other things, definitely check out this episode. But again, like I said, for those who are like, I want the movie only, the movie. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna have to ditch episode 19 and so on until this main point for the annotation. Again, we'll tell you when to do it. Anyways, thank you for watching and have a great day.